Hello there. Well, I was asked after I'd done a couple of, family recipes that it would be nice if I could provide another one. And the other recipe that I know is for what my dad's mum, called gremslish. And whenever I mentioned this to anybody else in the Jewish community that I may have come into contact with, they never knew what I meant. So I was always having to explain, what it was. So I can explain what it is to you, so that you can make that too if you want to. And particularly at this time of year, because it's coming up to Passover, Pesach in Hebrew, when the Jews celebrate being freed from slavery and trudging through the desert for 40 years, aka Exodus in the Bible. And through this time, they only ate unleavened bread, and they celebrate every year by eating more of the same ever since. And here it is, matzah. It's just flour and water baked, so you can't get much easier than that. However, you can make it yourself, but it's handy to buy it in a box like this. So I was going to actually demonstrate how to cook it, and I started doing this yesterday, and after 2 abortive attempts, when either the phone gave out or I gave out, I give out, as they say, and finding I had to sort of sit down to do most of it, which sort of, wasn't terribly easy, I thought I would just tell you how to make it, and that should suffice, and bring on a few ingredients just for sort of, decoration, if you like. But my grandmother's gremslish has a history, because, as I said, you couldn't find it anywhere. And what I found out was that it was actually called gremslach. So my grandma came from a long line of English Jews. They came back over here when Cromwell invited the Jews back in 1656. So my dad's mum's family were basically English Jews, and they anglicised things. So this gremslach became gremslish, and in the same way that my name de Swarte became de Swart. When my great-grandfather came over here from my dad's dad, came over here from the same place, Amsterdam, and anglicised everything. So there we are. That's the background of the word. Also, the fact that it actually was spelled with a G, apparently, in those Middle Ages, and it became a K a bit later for some reason or other. So gremslish it is, and they're like sort of, I did a video on bubala, very similar to that, but a little bit more complicated. So you need some mixed fruit, you need some mixed spice, you need some matzahs, and you need some matzah meal, which is ground down matzah. Okay, this one is medium. You can get fine and coarse. And of course you need plenty of kitchen towel. You can see that. Anyway, it's there. Kitchen towel. I swear by that. And also some lemon to put a squeeze in. And sugar. Some sugar. Now this container is my mum's. It's really fun. It's called a sugar miser. It dollops out sugar in spoonfuls. So there we are, and you need a fork and spoon, to do the usual measurings out with. So as I said, I would show you how to do it as best I can, but I can give you the ingredients. You want three of these matzahs, or matzot as some people call it now, matzahs, and you soak them. Now, when I was a kid, my job was to squeeze the matzahs after they'd been soaked, to squeeze them till they're dry. My grandma used to give me a sieve, and I'd push the, push these down. That was my job. And you need a couple of tablespoons of mixed fruit, and you know roughly how much that is. And you can have an egg, optional if you don't eat eggs. And about a quarter of a cup of this matzo meal, and about a third of a cup of sugar, and some vegetable oil, corn oil, to fry the finished prepared articles in. So what you do, you mix together then the dried out, first you soak it, then you dry it, by squeezing all the water out of it. You mix together those matzahs with the mixed fruit. Now, my kids never liked the bits in mixed fruit, so I always pick them out, but it's up to you. Beat the egg up if you're going to use an egg, with the matzo meal as well. Put the matzo meal in, the sugar, with a drop of lemon juice. And then, stir that together until it's a nice mixture. And then you can heat some oil in your pan and drop the mixture in. You can sort of shape it, or I know my grandma used to roll it in matzo meal into small amounts, and drop them in hot a few minutes till they're nice and brown. You can actually do it in an open pan and put a spoon in the mixture and turn it over as you would a pancake or something like that. And you just don't cook too many at a time either. And you drain them on some greaseproof paper on a plate, and then eat them. So, oh, I forgot to say to you, the mixed spice. I always leave something out, don't I? That's what you need. Your mixed spice. So I reckon about maybe a half a teaspoonful of mixed spice, which should be sufficient for your taste. Don't overdo it because it can get bitter. If I show you, I can show you this bit. I'm going to put this in my hand to about where it would be. Yeah, I reckon that's there. See what you think. About that much. So it's about little teaspoonfuls. Now I've got a handful of that. Can't get the stuff. Yeah, don't want to waste it. I put it in with the mixed fruit. There you are. So it's ready. It's already in the mixed fruit, because I've got this here prepared because I am going to attempt to do it, but not on camera. I thought better of it. Discretion sometimes is the better part of valour. So I think I've covered everything there that you need to actually make this yummy food for the Passover. It's really like, you can use matzahs for anything that you'd use bread for. So you can make matzah puddings, like bread puddings, and it's the same deal. You soak the matzah and then dry it out. Don't ask me about that. You soak bread, don't you, when it's stale, and then you squeeze it till it's dried out before you use it for your pudding. And the end result is very like eating little bread puddings, but with a lovely flavour. So I hope you enjoy that, and the little bit of history lesson there about the origin of it. And apparently it was noted that in Kentucky, the early Jewish settlers there actually had this food, and they did call it gremslish. There, although in England I found that it wasn't heard of. It's been heard of in America, where some early Jews in Kentucky actually also made it, because ultimately, you see, my dad's family came from Persia. They were there, never mind about the Egyptian captivity, they were there in the Babylonian captivity, and they stayed there until about the 1600s actually, and then they moved across. So while my grandma's family were already in Holland, they left Persia in oh no, it's about that's right, 1600s, yeah. So they all left Persia and decided to go to Holland in the 1600s. And then, of course, in the 1656, that's when my grandma's family decided they would come over to England on invitation. Although it's disputed whether there was an invitation or not, they still came. So I hope that you've enjoyed our little chat this morning, that you'll enjoy making this food. I'm always happy to get a gift through the post of gremslish. Ha ha! Don't do it, because it would go off, I'm sure, in the post, or something would happen to it. But I'll be making some myself, or attempting to. And I hope that you have a very good day. I hope that you enjoy the food, and remember that we're all different, aren't we? We all have something to bring to the table, as they call it. So this is my offering for you, and I hope you enjoy the food. And I'm now going to have my cup of tea, which is ready made, and wish you a very good day. And bete avon, as they say, esgezondheid in the Yiddish, which is not appropriate for this food, but bon appetit as well, bete avon. All those words. We don't have anything in English, do we, really? I hope you enjoy your meal. Hope you enjoy these little foods.